ascertain.
Okay. Should we let them? I'm speaking to Saf, right?
I think if we're in the presence of a druid as well, they shouldn't turn against their saviors, at least.
Oh no, but I thought that we will, once we have investigated this place, shall we let them be where they are now, and once we investigate it, we will let them all out.
Jark kind of pipes up and says, "I take the animals into the wilderness of the island to live peacefully."
Yes.
Actually, she's just gonna like move around the other two and just say, there is a grove outside of Pro Camper. It's quite a way away, but why not go there?
We do actually have room on. We probably have room for you and on our airship. We are gonna do a little bit of a side track, but you can get to that grove pretty fast with the animals if you wish, and it's in a it's more safe location. We also did some stuff in Pro Camper that made the city probably a little bit more safe now.
Mr. Willen, I believe you were going to say something.
Oh,
as well as Mr. Fizz.
I'm just gonna say, while everyone's talking, Will is going to go over and cast Monstrous Regeneration on.
As you do, you know that he's lost his eyes. And I will say Monstrous Regeneration, it will take a little bit of time. But you think that in probably an hour or two, maybe 3, his eyes will be back.
Good.
He kind of feels like, oh, he seems to have a little discomfort with it, but it's you imagine your eyes growing back at that rate might feel a little funny, but he doesn't seem to be in any kind of pain. He's in no pain, but he is just kind of like, oh,
he'll be okay. He just needs time.
You'll just have half-grown eyes for a period. Do they grow from the outside in or the inside out?
I do not know.
Do they go from like growing the nerves and then the eyeball? Does it go loose eyeball, and then the nerves grow back?
I mean, technically, I think the nerve would be the first thing, because it kind of has to be connected to grow.
Will there be a point when he only?
What is this kind of
sees like
talk?
Gray stuff.
I'm getting my eyes back. He kind of turns, and obviously he can't see, but he kind of turns where he kind of gets a sense of where you guys are at. He says, "I
the opposite direction." I guess he's facing the wall.
He looks at you guys and he says, "If you would take me to this grove that you speak of, and these animals with me, I would forever be in your debt."
Certainly.
We need to investigate everything first. So I would suggest you stay here. And we also need to figure out something with the transformed people here. We don't exactly know how they will react to us dispatching this creature, this person that we knew.
Yeah, you don't.
You're a cult leader.
Perrin is a vile creature.
Perrin
does not deserve the name of a gnome.
Oh no, he does.
Gave us some issues in Scardale. This was before we met, and we found these creatures that had been experimented on, and they didn't look right, and yeah.
I assume I was lucky then to avoid him. I would probably punch his face.
I mean, we
Is-
tried,
Yeah.
but then he disappeared.
Hmm.
And he left his little acid-spitting Amberhawk friends behind.
Okay.
Non-resistant
Well,
creatures.
my gloves
Uh,
took care of him this time, so.
You just punched him to death.
No, well, the reason we dispatched of him so quickly was I hit him with that glove thing.
The dragon punch thing that you did.
Yeah, the same.
Oh,
Yes,
right.
that was why
Could
he
you
was.
imagine the perception of being like a gnomish wizard walking into your beautiful marbled earth fort on your private island, and you just like walk in, you see some people who were trouble for you in the past, and then like a fist, like probably twice as big as you, just manifests and just wallops you right in the face.
Oh, that's the last thing you remember.
That's his last memory, by the way.
Cesaris
it's
was
like a
complaining a
few
lot
brief
that these
moments of
chests
sheer
were
terror.
empty.
Yes, you find some empty chests in this room. It seems like it's like a right, just like kind of a routine storage room. There's like food. You see like meat hanging up.
Okay.
Some of this meat hanging up does not necessarily look like it's being prepared to eat. However, you can kind of see that there are some surgical tools in here. The way the meat's, it's none of the meat in here is salted. I will say that. And in some of these rooms, you can tell these are like provision rooms, but in some of the rooms you can tell this hanging meat is definitely not for eating.
Did he not open up these doors down here also? Or did he not?
I don't believe any of you have gone down below yet.
I was down below. And I saw Cesaris down here as well.
Okay, yeah, maybe you guys actually may have gone down here last session. Then I didn't know, because I had a phone call and I kind of had to.
Me and
scoot around a little.
Cesaris is always out looking everywhere. And yeah, I do get stealth, but you should see me, right? Stealth always.
Oh, that door's trapped.
Stan,
Yeah.
if it's possible to get rid of a druid's wild shape, is it possible to make a druid permanently in wild shape?
You know what? Roll me a lore check, Mr. Timmons.
Oh, global dice bags.
Yeah, humiliate me publicly, that's fine.
GDB, Global Dice Bag. That was really hard for me to spell out.
Words, alright.
I've been like stuttering a lot today. I don't know what's going on.
Good.
Mr. Timons, not only do you know it's possible, you've heard stories of certain druids whom have angered their gods, who may be stuck in wild shape for a certain amount of time. You know, that's sometimes a punishment for certain natural gods. Specifically, the process of like severing a druid from his wild shape capacities, you would know would be a lot more. You would think that it's not necessarily he can't, you know, they left him. He just may not be able to do it anymore. And it may not be being withheld from him, but there may be some kind of process that was done to him that disables him from doing so. But outside of divine means, you've not really heard of examples of it.
He removed his appendix, his wild-shaped gland.
It turns out that useless organ is that's what that organ's used for.
That makes sense. I don't know, I was just wondering, they were in like two adjacent cages and one had lost his wild shape and one was a bear. So in an ironic universe, one would lose wild shape and the other one would have permanent wild shape. Anyway.
Did we the chieftain or something, did we tie him up or do anything? Or is he just knocked out?
He's just out, I think.
Okay. Okay.
He's a big boy. He will take a while.
He looks
to
like
wake
he's going to be sleeping for a while from how knocked out he was.
Okay.
Can the Fizz determine what experiments were taking place here?
Roll me a spellcraft check. I can't wait to say that to your paladin.
That's not gonna happen.
Yeah, you can. So looking at this, you see there are, there's a chair. This bear has been cut open. It seems still like freshly warm. It could be that Perrin was in the middle of an experiment as you guys came in. You see concoctions. You see chemical, processes. You see certain apparatus that seem very unique. You can tell that this is that Perrin was harvesting certain parts of the bear. But as you kind of look in as well, anybody also like looking over this bear, you can also roll me a heal check. Go ahead and roll me a heal check, Mr. Tillman.
Is Saf looking at the moment? How is Saf looking at the moment?
She's not too happy about this.
Okay.
With those heal checks, I will say, Serenity, this is, this is a pretty grim scene, and you're not quite sure, all the specifics of what you're looking at, but it seems like, I'll say with the 11, it seems like it was very surgical. It doesn't seem like it was brutal. But everyone else with their heal checks, I will say, Timon and Sapphire, you can see that there are organs in this bear that don't belong, from what you're not sure. Mr. Willen, as you're looking inside of here, you're able to specifically point out the difference in some of these things. You can tell that the lungs, while there are parts of human lungs in here, you can see they're sewn into the lungs of the bear. You can see that that there are certain organs, like there's the liver is also placed inside a human liver, and various other pieces are kind of inserted into this bear. And that is what you guys can make out.
Are there 7 or 8 human appendixes shoved in there as well?
There's a couple human appendixes. Okay. You can definitely make out that this bear. Yes, sir.
If there are a whole bunch of, if someone was implanting organs into the bear, does that mean that the bear is still alive?
From what you can tell with that 30 in heal check, you can tell that this bear is under heavy anesthesia.
Oh.
Dear. Oh. It's not good. Probably best to put it out of its misery.
I don't think healing it would.
The way
unless you want to invest a lot of spell magic into this.
Then if I were to cast monstrous regeneration on this bear, would its original organs regrow and reject the additional organs placed in?
I would say, with a 30 in heal check, you think that with the proper magical assistance, this bear could potentially be placed back into a state where it is uniquely functional. You can tell, that the organs that are implanted are, they're not just, sitting there. They are operational. They seem to be already integrated into the bear itself. You think that possibly it could. This would be a pretty big job, and you think that there may be other healing required in addition to regeneration. Oh, did that feel good?
Oh, that was good.
Dan, Wallace gonna spend some time continuing.
So, as Mr. Willing, you are
mind.
looking over this bear. You are planning and getting ready to kind of help this bear. You see that Timon and Serende open a door, and inside is a massive-looking bear. I mean, not quite the size of a giant, but certainly bigger than an ogre. Standing on 2 legs, and he comes outward. Well, he tries to come outward.
Oh.
This is a big boy.
That is a big boy.
Shit.
Ah. Yes, finally, the sweet taste of a final blow. It's been hours.
Sapphire, how do you defeat this behemoth of a bear beast man?
Oh boy. Saf is going to do something very reminiscent of what she did to that Umberhog ages and ages back, which is climb on its back. And, like, try and get up and just, you know.
As you climb upon this bear's back, you can feel, and you get ready to strike the final blow, Sapphire. This bear kind of cocks its eye at you. I need you to roll me an animal empathy check.
Oh no.
With a 30, you look in this bear's eyes, and right before you strike the final blow, you sense gratitude.
Oh. Oh. These are tortured souls. That's awful. It seems that's what it wanted as well.
Clearly,
Killing them is fine.
whatever that experiment was, this one was also well underway. These organs are not, they do not belong to the bear.
Yes, it does seem that the experiment was at least partway through.
Can I go up and punch his face again?
What?
Who? Karen?
Yes. May I go up and punch his face?
That it was not obvious from the medical check, your medical expertise, Willem, but it seems the process was to surgically, well, by surgery or other means, plant human organs into this bear.
So,
It
Stan,
seems the chemical processes involved were
Yes, Mr. Wyrm.
complex.
in Will's opinion, is this bear worth saving?
Professional.
You think you can save it? I'll tell you outright. With your clerical training and your proficiency in very powerful healing magic, you certainly think you could save this bear.
Yeah, but what's his quality of life going to be with human organs inside of it?
We could.
I don't think it's the progress doesn't look as severe as some of these others, though.
Maybe we can find a solution later. I mean, if the bear's alive and kept an eye on, then...
So, in that case, Will is going to spend the next few hours or however long it takes completing Perrin's surgery and trying to undo as much damage as and restore the bear.
Roll me a quick heal check.
Here's where he rolls a natural one.
Well, then if it's going to take a few hours...
A 36, Mr. Willen. You think, Willen, that this might not... This would take a little bit of time. Probably about an hour or an hour and a half, given the fact that you have magical curatives to properly do everything. But I will say, as you're kind of going over this bear, what you notice is that it seems like the skull of the bear has been opened before, but is healed and shut now. Yeah, I would say that you definitely think you can probably There is like a bucket near you, and inside is the bear's old organs. And you think that you could probably retransplant them. They're still warm.
Yeah, well, we'll do that then.
You said how long did you take to take?
About an hour. If Timon to help him, probably less time.
My nurse.
No, Timon. The whole thing with this was like, oh, Fizz distinctly remembers there was a promise of an hour max in this diversion before
Oh, that hour. Oh yeah. But I mean, are you not happy that we came here?
we could. In a certain way, yes, but that doesn't mean that we don't have a pressing matter to attend to.
Just let him save the bear.
That could.
In the
be
meantime,
very,
you three.
very unsafe.
We can
Yes.
clear out the rest.
In the meantime, you three need to go out and negotiate or parley with the other beastmen. We're not going to be able to leave here safely until we come to some agreement with our chief.
Are we gonna check the other rooms to see if there are other monstrosities that
Yeah,
we
okay.
need to deal with?
Well, yeah. Let's at least start clearing these things out, and by the time we finish clearing them out, if you haven't made meaningful progress, I think we should just leave.
Mhm.
Get out of
Okay.
its misery. because-
Do you have enough of your spells to open all the doors?
Open all the doors.
They are open.
Are they every single
Yeah.
one of them?
Yeah, that's
Knock,
not-
knock opens up all of the doors and like
Hold on, hold on, hold on.
in like basically render distance. If the door
Okay.
renders
Me-
in, you can hit it with knock.
Okay. Then are we
Hold
ready
on.
here? Let me. Wait.
There we go.
Nothing in here.
Okay, next.
God, look how
Okay.
fast Serenade is with haste.
Oh, holy shit! Oh,
Serenade's
God.
glitching.
Oh,
Ooh.
that does
Anything?
not look
No?
good.
Okay. Just a
Sorry, you
mangled
see
corpse. Great.
you see a drape over a bloody something.
Ugh.
It's Mr. Willen. You as well are hasted. I believe. Wait, are you?
Have you?
No,
Oh.
I'm not.
There are people in here.
Aw. It's fine.
Are
I can
people?
come haste you.
No, it's
Wait.
okay. Hasting prematurely ages you.
Okay, they are gonna watch a
That's
a
lightning
problem.
fast monk come running.
Oh.
There are so many.
Um,
What?
As
There
you
are
guys
a lot of
walk in,
people
you
in here.
see there are a lot of people in here, and they all look at you and they say, "Please let us out! Please let us free! Let us out!"
Do one of you want to fetch the rod from Willen?
Yeah. Surrender, do you want to go do that?
Okay.
You
You're the
are
one who's
fastest here.
you're the one who's glitching through the walls right
you're
now.
you're the one going at absolute light speed.
I'm completely broken
It's okay.
right now.
The gnome is dead. We
Rot.
dealt with him. We've been wondering where he went since we last saw him, but
Oh, what are your names?
Hey, oh,
I'm Saf, and the others should be back in a moment, but we're of the band of the Raven's Claw.
Thank you.
I'll
Mr. Serenade, you now have the rod, or parents' control. What do you do?
I'll imitate whatever it was that Willen did.
He tapped the door
I tapped the door.
and say
Um,
Open.
open.
And say open. As you do, the door opens.
Open sesame.
And we can theater the mind and say you do it for
Yeah.
each door, right? I assume
Okay.
you do.
I do that.
Open
I
the
do
gate next
tell
to
them to
the-
stay here. So far, while we are still examining everything, there can't be dangers outside yet. So stay here. Don't go out yet.
So, just to keep you here, I don't want to alarm you or anything, but did you see the Beastmen at all? Because there are quite a lot outside, so I kind of recommend chilling here for a bit.
I just gotta say, Willen, that's a really good screenshot you've got going there.
With the bear's bits.
We should just have fear to mind me getting the rod though. But here, let me.
It's fine. I can haste it again.
Graham hasted now, Stan.
Wait.
Yeah, I hasted Willa. Does that change anything?
Yeah, I mean, he works twice as fast for 2 minutes.
Good. Okay, let me just haste it again. Come take your haste pull.
Okay, haste pull.
He's like a boy.
Oh, they're not doing these to gobos as well, are they?
Holy shit.
As you walk in,
Oh.
you find a lifeless goblin and a lifeless half-orc. The half-orc is dressed in rusty banded mail.
Ugh. Oh.
We got it.
It's got him before I can
Nice
get a
shot,
combo.
Fizz.
It's double tap.
You have to make sure it's dead.
What the fuck?
Oh.
Mr. Willen, could you please roll me a quick heal check? Okay, very good.
Painkiller. Oh, what the fuck? What is that?
Mm.
Whoa! Willen's rolling big numbers.
What is that
What is
indeed?
this? Is that a
That
Yeti?
You see
Puppy
you
boy?
see a what looks like to be an 8-man
Oh my god.
lying in here.
Oh. You know what? I'm kind of more and more glad that Dollar landed his shot. Oh boy.
Ooh. Bear beast, man.
Ow.
Yay! Fitz got a shuttle. That's
Sapphire, this beastman had long kind of like claw attachments. And he backed a punch.
Ow.
Have you got heals on you?
I do.
Heals on me anymore.
Did we clear everything
Ow.
out here? I think we did.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Okay, I guess we should go and negotiate.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's leave the people in there.
Okay, so you guys go ahead and leave to negotiate. I will teleport you guys over here real quick.
Do we have
I'll just
the
teleport you guys outside.
Oh, you
Wait,
teleported
not
me
you,
as well.
Willen, not you. I'm so sorry. That wasn't supposed to happen.
Oh, you were,
Yeah, I'll bring you back, Mr. Willen.
Bye with it. He was a ghost.
But I will say, it takes you guys. You guys got to walk through the mine, but you know the way.
Oh, that was far.
Oh wait,
Nothing
actually,
easy
hold on.
just
The
to make us
mine,
walk
the
out.
mine. Well, yeah, no, I just realized for some. Sorry. For some reason, I was thinking.
The god was crazy.
And I triggered the trap again, I think.
Yeah, I didn't. It's true.
It's like, oh wait, at least I. No, oh, I also saved it last time. I didn't get hit by it.
Okay, here we go. My mistake, everyone. It's a big module. Sometimes I don't always remember where the area transitions are, okay?
Okay, Stan, I'm not a very good DM either.
Everyone is getting defensive, Stan.
You guys really know where it hit me, where it hurt me, you know that. You guys really... You guys really... I'm gonna tell my mom. I'm telling my mom that you said that. And I'm gonna tell your mom. Okay.
Okay, so who is talking here, and how are
Okay,
we
I
gonna
will-
approach?
We get the one with animal empathy.
Yep.
Okay, good.
I'll I'll prepare the fireballs in case.
So, how is everyone doing here?
You see this boar beastman. He kind of smells you a little bit as you come up. He's just smell like blood.
No, no.
Yes. Okay, so, she's just gonna look to the other two and then go, there was a bit of an accident.
If we're going that route, okay. Good luck.
What? Bit of an accident?
I mean, I would have gone to explain the situation and that your master was.
Well, I mean, if you smell it
Torturing
recently,
people.
I got attacked by some of your own, and so you're
They are getting closer.
so you
Okay.
you know what? No, it's fine. It's oh no.
We didn't check her charisma beforehand. We just knew that she had animal
She's just gonna back off slightly.
Okay,
Uh,
can we all
great. What was his name? Did we know his name?
Not this one. The chief is unconscious in the earth forts, lying on the ground.
yeah. Should we have dragged him with
Uh,
or talked to him beforehand
I
to
thought you guys were
maybe
gonna
he
talk
was
to him
our
beforehand.
negotiator?
Yeah, same.
Now you guys are in a shit position. You could have like
Yeah.
spoken to the
we're
chief and
fine,
convinced
we're
him
fine,
first.
we're fine. Just
But
let
who
me handle it,
teleported us
okay?
out?
No,
I
you're
was
right.
gonna
Just
go.
handle it.
I was gonna go to the chief first.
Yeah,
and someone just teleported me out.
Well, you didn't say. You said, Stan, I want to go get the chief.
Did we?
Handle it. We can talk
No,
about it.
no, you didn't.
No, but I was moving
you
out,
didn't
and then
tell-
you
you didn't specifically
accidentally
say.
I suddenly just got teleported.
Well,
So,
his
like,
body's
so-
not in there. Like, it's just, that's where he is, though. Like, in
It's
game,
fine,
you
it's
won't
fine,
see his
let's-
body if you walk in
Yeah.
there, right?
But
Let's deal with what we have now.
okay.
We should.
The Fizz will ask the obese man. Do you know where did your master say that you came from?
He is our father.
Do you remember what you were before?
Do you mean?
Did you
We-
wake up and he was standing over you in a dungeon?
I do not know.
It's...
Yeah. He has messed with your memory. Your father has manipulated all of you. Unfortunately. You...
Serenade, I need you to
Oh,
make
no.
a persuade check.
Uh-oh. God damn, I don't think I'm good with that. Oh, shit.
Are you?
Wait a
What's your
second. Let me-
charisma score?
I'm ugly as fuck. You know that.
Oh no.
It's at
I'd like
10
you
at
to-
the moment.
Sapphire, what's your charisma score? Just out of
10.
curiosity.
It's 10.
I'm 13, so maybe I'll do the talking. Even though I'm not very charismatic.
Wait a
the-
second.
the
Let
next
me
time
just
with
check
the-
what my intimidation score is. No. Well, wait. No. What was
Between
it you said?
persuade, not intimidation.
Persuade.
You
Oh,
didn't say-
okay.
You never
Please
know.
roll me
You might get
a
lucky on that roll. Just roll a persuade check.
Persuade of 1. Uh-oh.
Let's see. Let's see.
Oh no.
You want us to talk?
I thought Oh, wait a second. I can't spell. Ugh.
The one standing next to his big ass axe.
He's just waiting to attack us all. Oh, wait a second. I can't wait a second.
P-E-R.
Yeah. I got it now.
S-U-D.
I got it.
So,
I think that's...
please tell him not to kill me with an axe.
Oh!
Oh,
Mr. Serenade.
Oh God!
Okay. Mr. Serenade. He kind of looks at you and goes, "Oh, Father has the rod of discipline. Father, hurt us if we bad.
then
Oh, you gave it back to Will.
this
Okay.
this
Yes, I did.
Fine,
But
it's fine. We have
the
other
rod,
rods with the...
he no longer has the rod. He no longer can hurt you with it.
As you say this, you kind of see the beastman kind of look at you, and it's like his mind is working. He goes, "What?"
so this gnome, we originally encountered him in a town called Scardale, where people started going missing, and we found him experimenting on creatures. And there was, I believe it was the Duke's son, he was kind of being twisted and made into something else.
More like underneath.
You kind of see, like, at this point, the beastmen kind of, like, they don't know what to do, and they're kind of looking amongst themselves, like, "No more rod. No more rod." And you can tell, like, they're like, their gears are turning here.
We have your clan leader. Oh, what is it? He was called.
Where's Eastman? Where's your chief?
Your chief.
Was your chief allied to your father, or was he like you, afraid of the rod?
Chief thinks he better than us because he favorite.
Mm.
If the rod no longer existed, would you all rally against the chief? Would you still be loyal to the chief?
If no rod, then no law. No chief, no law. He turns
Yeah,
and he looks to his other beastman and he starts to chant. He goes, "No chief, no law. No chief, no law." And you can kind of see that they begin to become a little bit incensed. And they all begin to repeat the words, "No chief, no law." And they're getting a little more active. They're getting a little more, a little more rowdy. Things in the camp are getting loud. They're getting extremely loud.
Do they
loud
seem
enough,
hostile?
Loud enough, Willen, where you can kind of hear the echoes in the Earth Fort itself. They don't seem hostile yet, but you see them like one of them runs over and he starts like tearing down the tent. One of these other ones runs over and he knocks over the pot that food's cooking in. You see this wolf beastman over here. He starts just digging a hole. They seem like they are beginning to integrate into more of an animalistic style.
Willen shout halt, but cast sound burst while doing it.
Will is going to pause in his work, making sure that the bear is not going to bleed to death before he gets back. He's going to walk up and out the manor.
I'll say at this point, Willen, you, with your heal rolls, you actually are almost done. You've been able to detach the human organs and supplant the other organs, like his old organs, and with some healing, you're able to heal the bonds that were severed. And this bear is pretty much okay at this point. You don't think he's going to bleed out. You think, actually, you just need to kind of seal him up. And I will say, Mr. Willen, let's hop to you real quick, actually, as you are... So this is going on with them. What have you been doing, Mr. Willen, while this has all been going on?
He's been focused on his work, trying to understand what Perrin was trying to do while he is detaching the human organs and reattaching old ones. Basically, he's trying to get inside Perrin's thought process and what he was trying.
I think I will say with what you see and what you're presented with, and with your knowledge of human and animal anatomy, you're able to ascertain that Perrin was trying to really create a mix of both. And you think he was trying to create a creature that both had the strength of an animal, but also had some more similar systems. More importantly, roll me one final heal check. A 26. I will say it doesn't immediately occur to you, but you think the fact that there are human organs, you think that they're there to support something. That they're maybe more auxiliary to the process, in the way that they're hooked up within this beast creature. It's pretty much just a bear now, but it was going to be something else, as you can clearly tell from what Perrin was doing.
And the fact that the creature's skull has been opened up before can well kind of read between the lines. Organ swapping.
You can, yeah, I mean, you can certainly kind of like make some assumptions that this bear may have a human brain.
And with all of my heal checks, if the bear had a human brain and its organs, human organs were there, would the human brain be able to survive with the bear's original organs?
You're not entirely sure, but you think that with the healing and the stability that you've implemented, I will also say, like, as you're checking the bear, it seems like he's okay. It seems like he is still stable. He seems more stable than when you found him in terms of his vitals. His breath is a little bit more persistent and heavy. His heart rate's up. Maybe his paw twitches a little bit. So you see that there is definitely more activity.
Yeah, that's a good sign. Yeah, Will would, unless the human prisoners were starting to cause the ruckus of their own, Will would go outside to the rest of the party. It'd be a bit concerning to hear the beastmen chanting like.
Yes. And with that, I'll let you go ahead and you did stop for me to do this kind of RP, but you would still have been, heading towards there. So I'll take you to the mouth of the entrance. And this is the right place. I promise. And yeah, as you come out, you can hear the shouting from the other beastmen. As we come back to the rest of the group, the boar beastman, he's kind of like rallying the others, and he goes, "No rod, no law," and he kind of gets closer to you guys. And what do you guys do?
Wait.
Will is going to walk out holding the rod above his head.
Okay. What are you gonna do, Sapphire?
She's gonna just stare in disbelief and just be like, "Wait, what?" Yeah.
Can
We helped you, so you will calm down.
Can Fizz shout stop, but use soundburst?
Sure.
So something with the teeth I caster on one of them.
Just kind of cast it over kind of far away from anyone, because you're not specifically casting it at someone. You are using it as like an amplification of your voice, so you can just use it to absorb the charge. I think your staff has it. As you shout stop, you hear this just booming echo of Fizz's voice. It's the most Chad he's ever sounded. As he just goes, "Stop!" And it echoes, it's just loud, and all the beastmen they're screaming, and then they hear you yell that, and they stop. They all stop. And they all turn to look. And as they turn to look,
I assume they see Willen with the rod.
They see Willen with the rod, and they go, "The rod!"
So Willen's just going to.
You see this main boar beastman kind of back away.
He's going to approach them all slowly, holding the rod above his head. And
I whispered to him very quickly, just as it passed, is that the rod was used as punishment.
yeah, well the thing is, so from Will's perspective, all he's been hearing while he's downstairs is the beastmen shouting "No rod, no law," and the "no law" part of that pissed him off. So even he appreciates the fact that Serenday filled him in on that, because it kind of like calms him down just a little bit. But for the most part, he's just kind of like pissed off that these beastmen have like immediately reverted back to primal ways. I think that was fairly obvious from what they were chanting, right? Yeah?
The way Willen would interpret that, absolutely, yeah.
So he holds the rod above his head and he walks slowly in between all of beastmen. They can all see him. He's making sure that every single one of them can.
You see, like one of these goat beastmen, like run away to his tent.
He's gonna call them like all, just be like, "Come here, look at me, look at this."
Come here.
That you can see, like the wolf beastmen have their tails tucked between their legs.
He's not gonna use the rod, but
oh yeah, but they're terrified.
Yeah, that's what he's counting on, is the fact that he doesn't need to use the rod in order for them to listen to him.
Rod. Yes, the rod. You hear kind of whispered amongst these beastmen.
So Will is going to hold the rod up. And he's going to look at the rod, and he's going to look at the rest of them and just be like, "Is this all law and order means to you?"
The rod causes pain. Father gives us pain when we break the law. Pain is the law.
That needn't be the case.
That's what law is, you're right.
Know of a new father, one that would care for you, not punish you, and wishes for you to make the right decision on your own accord.
Mr. Willen, please roll me a persuade check. Oh. As you do, you see the tenseness in the camp fade. You see a little bit of an ease kind of come over these beastmen. And they're still very afraid. They clearly are looking at the rod afraid, but they seem to be hearing you all out. What?
So Will is going to turn.
Do you mean?
Will is going to turn a few platitudes into like a religious gospel here. He's going to look at the rest of. He's going to look at every single one of them, like make eye contact with all of them, and then he's going to say, "You live and you learn. Pain.
Learn.
Pain is part of living. This rod will not hurt you anymore, but instead look to it as a symbol of order and law."
They kind of look around a little bit confused. But you can clearly tell, like, the ones that are a little bit smarter are kind of catching what you're saying.
We wouldn't know about.
No, I told him that he punished them with the
Oh,
rod.
right.
So that would, make unless you have a very very low IQ like me, you would probably know that.
You mean int score?
Yeah, IQ is still in score, right?
Not. It's kind of like, because the thing is, like, intelligence is more of a perception of like your capacity to kind of quantify and process information. While you can have like someone who's very smart, who's because they're wise, right? Because they know a lot, they know when the seasons change, they know when is a good decision to like get in or out of a business deal, and it's kind of more like there's still intelligence there, but it's in a different. Int and wisdom is always kind of like they overlap in a little bit in terms of like the way that the character changes by having those scores. But yeah, I mean, Serenade wouldn't necessarily be like low IQ. But go ahead. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt.
Anyway, but I did say to him that he used it to punish them, so it should put 2 and 2 together that he was cruel.
Will is going to hold the rod up just a little bit higher again. You look at it and then look at the rest of them. Just be like, if you hate this rod, then let me teach you another way, so that you will not feel the pain of something like this ever again.
They look to you.
Will you learn? I'll ask them
in
that.
disbelief. As you ask, will you learn? They say. They say, live, learn. And the chant kind of is a small wave that kind of travels through the group of them.
Then for that, Will is going to put the rod away and raise his fist and just chant with them for a little bit.
You begin to chant. You guys all see Willen chanting with these beastmen. Live, learn, live, learn.
He has reverted to his animal state. I will take him out of his misery.
Saf's gonna join in.
Saf, you begin to join in and chant with them.
I look at Fizz.
Not fucking chanting.
Saf's just gonna give Fizz one of those looks and just mouth, I'll set the panther on you.
We'll kind of mumble.
I'll just
Beautiful chant.
I'll just say it a couple of times, and then I'm not gonna be as enthusiastic as the two others.
As this chant begins to rise, there is still energy within the beastmen, but it's more constructive and less destructive. It's more ordered and less chaotic. And you guys can kind of see that they have been won over by your suggestions, by your promise of teachings, of opportunities without pain. And they come in and they say, you all lead us.
Well, outside
we go where you go.
Well,
we have a what? We have a new army.
Going to he's gonna shake his head, and he's gonna say to them, "You are not ready yet."
What must we do?
When the time is right, I will come to you this evening, build a great bonfire, and we will have a celebration. There I will share tales of a new father that you can look up to and learn from.
Yes, live, learn. And the chant begins to kind of come out of the beastmen again.
Now, Will is a bit concerned, and he's going to... First, he's going to quietly hand over the rod back to Serende.
Oh.
Like, discreetly.
Okay.
Beastmen, I would say at this point, are pretty preoccupied.
Yeah, and then he's going to head back to the manor to finish, just to, like, put the finishing touches on the bear.
Okay.
So,
This wolf beastman comes up to you and goes, "Ooh." I'm joking. It doesn't do that.
What? Is that a female?
But yeah, the
No.
beastmen are more cheery. Yeah, they're more cheery. They're more interactive. They seem less aggressive. And they go, "Come eat with us. We have potato."
oh,
Oh.
and the mushroom. Unless they ate that. Ah,
Oh, didn't they put it in the pot?
they did. Oh no, the pot got tipped over. God damn it. Fuck's sake.
Very
Well, that was
enthusiastic.
a little while ago, but it may have been the same concoction.
I've actually got an idea. While Will is busy, maybe we can, go for a little search for firewood if we're to have this
I
big
have some-
celebration. Maybe we can
Ooh.
even hunt as well.
I have some garlic.
Yep. I mean, you guys have opportunities. You guys could hunt with the beastmen. You guys could cook with them. You guys could just hang out and wait for Willin to be done with the bear, which will probably be pretty soon.
Did we actually find out what happened at the village? Did we find a connection to this with the village?
Oh, you imagine
Aside from the people.
that yeah.
Oh, yeah, those. Oh, but we never got to ask them whether or not they came from the village, right? Or did
I
you
mean,
just?
where else
I
can
don't
they
think
have
yes.
come from?
I don't think you
Yeah.
asked, but it I mean, some looked hurt. Some looked like they've had animal scratches and attacks. So I mean, it looks like it was pretty. There were some context clues you could definitely tie in together.
Okay.
But yeah, you guys have an opportunity to spend some time with these beastmen. Mr. Willin, it only takes you a few more minutes to finish up the touches on the bear. And as you do, you hear a muttered voice, and it says, "Thank you."
Thank you. That they were the voice that he heard.
Yes, you hear a voice coming from none other than your patient. And he says, "Thank you."
Is he conscious?
Barely, it would seem.
Barely. Okay, thank you, Stan.
Barely.
Damn.
Will is just going to give the bear a soothing pat on the head and just like leave it in quiet to rest a bit longer. I think Will wouldn't be that surprised that the bear is speaking to him. More morbidly curious and also wary.
Yeah, and you definitely, you definitely can tell this bear is still conscious, but very wary. So hopping over to the rest of you guys, what do you guys do? I mean, I guess I should ask generally, what are you guys doing specifically, or how much time do you guys tend to invest here? Or I guess I should just ask collectively as a group, what is the next step for the day?
I think we were gonna have that bonfire in the evening, so I thought Saf would have rounded up a few of the beastmen to go out and collect wood and maybe hunt something to have
I
that
attempt
isn't just
to
potatoes.
to teach them not to hurt or bully innocent or people. While I also go out with Saf to hunt a little bit. Like
I will say also, Sapphire, you would probably remember because this is very recent. On the law, one of the laws is not to eat flesh or fish.
Ooh.
flesh
Ooh,
or
I think-
fish.
I
Or
think
fish.
she's gonna. I guess to try and round them up and to try and reassure them, she's just like, sure, you can follow a law, but look at you. Some of you have fangs. Some of you need to eat meat. It's not healthy for you otherwise. Just that one wasn't any
Ones-
good for you.
Ones with fangs eat meat. Is that the law? And they look at you, Sapphire.
I mean, it doesn't have to be a law. I mean, you can just do it because you want to, but if that works for you, sure, you are allowed to.
You kind of see they're unsure at this, but they say, "We will do what you say."
Only hunt. How can I? Only hunt what you need, and only like animals. I assume,
mean,
because
yeah.
so they don't start hunting humans.
People.
As long as
Yeah,
as
we
long
don't
as
want
you're
to
not
turn them
ridiculous
into
with it.
cannibals.
I
We
mean,
don't want
there,
to. No.
there are kind of limits with everything, of course, but you know, you can hunt if you're hungry, and if that's what you like doing, you can do it, but you should always be a little bit aware that you know too much and you'll start making things extinct.
Let us show you what we can hunt and fish or something, right?
Okay.
Let me.
Oh,
And
sorry, go ahead.
then I'll. Can I improvise a? Do I have a chance to improvise a fishing rod or something?
Oh yeah, you guys could certainly get fishing rods. I mean, you guys probably have like fishing rods on your ship as some of the supplies.
Yeah. It's more to show them that they can sit there and fish for fish and stuff.
So I will say, you guys take them out for a hunt. Willen, you are kind of tending to the bear. What are you doing, Mr. Timon? Oh, go ahead, Mr. Willen.
I was going to say Will would go and check up on the prisoners after, like, in order to give the bear some rest. He would go where the prisoners were being held, examine them, heal any of them.
So, okay, so you go talk to the prisoners. Timon, is there anything specific you would do?
Being slightly grumpy, he would go and look for any remnants of Aaron's research.
Okay.
Search the basements.
So, Mr. Timon, could you please roll me a search check? Mr. Willen, you also Sapphire and Serenday, could you roll me search checks as you are on the trail to hunt? Mr. Willen, you, I will say, kind of through your interactions with some of these, like a lot of these villagers, they're scared, they're confused, you hear them they talk about like hearing terrible animal noises in the night. You hear that for a few weeks, people have gone missing, and anybody who kind of goes into the abandoned mine never comes back, and it's very reminiscent of how you guys got started in Scardale. It's from what you can hear is that they would take people, they would hear screams, they'd hear animal noises, and they usually would never see that person again. Is there anything specific that you want to ask them about what happened?
Not in particular. I think it's fairly obvious what Aaron is dead. Will would be more concerned with checking over them mentally and they're in good shape. Severely affected by the...
Some of them are hurts, but some of the injuries look superficial. It definitely seems like none of them were mortally wounded, or really even like, you know, anything a part of them is like damaged. Like none of them really have broken arms. None of them are missing limbs. It seems like, you know, some of the scratches and some of the cuts that they have are a little more because of, you know, them struggling and, you know, them more kind of just like more circumstantial than they seem intentional.
You just use a few cure minor wounds.
Okay. So yeah, okay. Anything else specifically?
No, nothing.
Okay. Hopping over to Mr. Timon. So you go ahead, Mr. Timon, and you head into Perrin's study. You find, with that search roll of 20, you do find some interesting notes about his research. And you find a journal that kind of outlines kind of his intentions, kind of his more personal thoughts. And as you're going through the journal, you actually see entries about you guys. You see the entry where he talks about his experiments going very well in Scardale until a zealous young group of adventurers showed up and ruined everything. Perrin then talks about how he had to go and essentially hide out on an island. He stole gold. He transmuted lead into gold illegally. It appears that he was doing a lot of bad stuff to try and get this island operation going. He talks about the humans here as cattle, and essentially says that they are just, you know, a population for his test subjects. You ultimately see that he is trying to create a being that exists perfectly within nature and outside of nature. You can see that he said that he thought it was potentially insects at first, and he listed some of their good qualities and their negative qualities. You see that he then went on to more mammalian life. And you see that the next part that he was potentially looking to explore, if his experiments weren't successful here, he was looking to have more mechanical, more of a mechanical kind of look into things, more of a route that seems very similar to golem crafting, but it is more organic in nature. It's more
flesh golems.
Not even flesh golems. In fact, more so the opposite. It's more like the body within that he was talking about is the metal part of the golem, a steel cage, an unending amount of life, no need to breathe or eat. And it seems like he was becoming a little more disenchanted with his current endeavors and a little more investive into, or at least in terms of his thought process and his continuing research, he seemed to be more invested in a process where he could put a brain in a jar and put that jar in a golem and control the golem that way. And it talks about a modular system, how you could have multiple bodies, how those bodies could be used for anything, and how that's a far more superior method than whatever he's doing now. So it seems like his stuff that he's doing here had one last big hurrah. You see one specific note about him going into the town itself and saying, basically saying, I'm going to get what I can. I'm going to run as many experiments as I can, and if there's no success, I'm going to move on. So this seemed like his final hurrah, abducting the entire village, and if he was unsuccessful, he would move on to golem crafting.
Okay. You said I found some interesting research. What specifically?
The research that you kind of see, you see this process that he's doing here, right? So you find the specific processes that he was doing, which are very reproducible. In fact, the processes that he was implementing in these beastmen are almost geniusly simple. but you can see that there is a very specific type of golem crafting that would potentially allow an intelligent mind to inhibit or inhabit a golem.
Okay. I take the research with me.
Okay. You just write down Perrin's final research notes in your journal. So, the rest of you guys take the beastmen on a hunt. They are fast. They are savage. It seems like they are letting loose in a way they've never been able to before. And while it's savage, they are, they're in the presence of the rod. You guys are kind of guiding them through a new
I have
law.
not shown it at all. So
that's right.
So unless that the rod has like an aura effect that I'm not aware of, he just
That's
snuck
right.
it to me, and
I
only have it for safety, right?
I see.
Yeah.
So they don't know they're in the presence of the rod. And maybe they're a little bit more zealous because of that. But they don't seem to be aggressive towards you guys at all, and they very much seem to be looking for you both for leadership.
Okay.
A few hours pass.
Sorry, Fizz.
And you guys, nightfall begins to come to the island.
Oh. Have we managed to find anything?
Yes, you guys find several deer. You guys find a few rabbits. If you wanted to make some rabbit stew. You also, as you're foraging with those checks, you guys find a nest of eggs.
Oh.
And I use my garlic, and we make some food.
You guys make some delicious food. Mr. Willen, what would you be doing?
Will would try to enlist the help of the villagers. Nice little ceremony. Obviously, their cells have been unlocked, so he would begin leading them out of the manor. And before he would take them out, he would basically say to them that in return for him and his group rescuing them, he needs a favor out of them.
Anything. You've saved our lives.
Well, I was going to say, I need you all to cook and help prepare a feast.
You want us to cook?
Yes.
Okay.
We'll be in the presence of some creatures you may find very intimidating. However, they will look to you for guidance. Therefore, you must demonstrate to them how you cook this meat, how you prepare this feast tonight.
As you are leaving, Mr. Willen, you go into you pass through the next room, and Chief Minos is no longer there.
Oh.
I asked if you guys tied him up.
They did not.
Oh God.
Good boy.
And in fact, you guys see he would actually be pretty injured here. No. Oh, no. No!
What?
I destroyed him.
He's dead.
Maybe
Yes.
he succumbed to his wounds.
I don't know if I have a spare Chief Minos.
Uh-oh. Theater of the mind.
Let's hope so. Oh, that's embarrassing.
Don't
Oh
worry.
wait, no, I have achievement.
None
I
of
have
us
achievement,
are
don't worry.
good at the game.
It would be the same chief as. It would be the one that we've had all our confrontations with.
Yeah,
Hmm?
he has lost all his memory now.
He'll be a vanilla one. That's not the one we would play.
Sorry, what was that, Fizz?
Never mind.
Okay. Do I spot him?
Yeah, you see this like this bull beastman come out. He's like propping himself up. He's like,
I flash just very briefly the rod or whatever. Stop! I tell him.
I don't think. Wait. Yeah, he can't see you at all. You're still.
Oh fuck!
I can see you.
Damn it! There. Stop!
Ugh.
And then I flash him the rod, or you know.
They killed father. You hear Chief Minos shout
Sit
out. The
down.
other beastmen look at him and yell, "We have new law."
Sit
You
down.
tell Chief Minos to sit down, and you see there's like a twinge of pain as you hold this rod and tell him to sit down, and he lays down.
Listen. Your father or whatever, he attacked us. Right? I'm pretty sure that he screamed, kill us, right?
I think he screamed, "Oh shit!"
Yeah.
He just yelled, "Oh shit," and that was it.
No, I'm pretty sure that he also said, kill them.
Oh, he was like, "Get him!"
Yeah, get him, exactly. So we are helping the tribe be better than your father did. So you will be quiet right now, and we have something prepared tonight.
Okay.
Good. And you won't be hurt ever again. None of you guys will be hurt.
Yes, master.
Oh fuck! What the hell? No.
So that is my telling.
Fish will be proud, right?
It's up to you guys.
Okay. I just needed to stop him from riling up the
Well,
other
you'd
ones.
be. Oh, are you walking?
Well, he's sitting.
Willen-
He's sitting.
Yeah.
He's laying there.
Yeah, Willen would be like, because this would be not long before you came through, Willen, that he stood
Okay.
up.
That's cruel.
Looks like he's just lying down on the ground.
Yeah,
Is that
there's no sit emotion for
Okay.
this wireframe, unfortunately.
And near death, and is just lying on the ground. It's
Yeah,
like,
he's beat up. He's got like cuts and bruises.
Go talk to your friends.
You know, I feel like using that rod was a bit needless. You didn't have to
Yeah, but
force him to do
yeah,
anything.
I did. It wasn't a force. He took it as a force.
You
though.
pointed at it.
You know, I'm pretty sure
Well,
if they said
just so
that the
you
rod
guys
was...
know, I flashed the rod only to him. It was very, very shortly. So unless you shouldn't even have seen I flashed the rod. To be honest. And it
You don't even
was.
know that I thought it.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I mean, yeah, I didn't know how he would react. I just wanted to stop. I mean, the rod, I saw it from Will. The rod clearly got them calmed before.
It got them scared. There's a difference.
We like meat. one of the boar
went-
beastmen comes up and he's got like a big like chunk of flesh in his mouth and he's
Oh,
chewing.
No, no, no,
They're
no,
not
no.
supposed to be eating it.
Huh?
They're not supposed to. It's a feast. They're not supposed to eat. Oh,
Well, take it out of his mouth.
So Saf is going to take it out of his mouth and just go, look, we need to cook this first. I know you're hungry. I know, but you can wait a little longer. It'll be even better.
well, is gonna walk up, leading the rest of the prisoners in the crowd, and hopefully they'll have enough wood for a big bonfire. And
I'll slide the rod over to him again. Oh, wait a second. All this back and
Yeah,
forth.
there's a kind of a bonfire being put together. It is still raining, but you guys can probably put some tarps over. You know, creating a bonfire in these conditions wouldn't be impossible at all.
You can also light fires in the rain. It's completely
can.
possible. Or, you know, fireball it.
Dan, which skill would you make roll for making like a wood carving or an engraving?
That'd be like craft armor or weapon. Any of the crafting checks. You could roll a d20 if it's a like you need stuff.
Would
in
it be possible to
Is there a
change
brown
this...
bear running around here?
Hold on, Sarah. What'd you say, Willem?
Would it be possible to change this the law plinth or stone like inscription? Be possible.
You know, I would say like chiseling it would take some time and maybe work. Timon could roll me a spellcraft to try and like retransmute the stone a little bit and into what you wanted to say.
Basically, I'd just like to change the stone rather reflect the dogma of the companion.
What
You could probably you could do it but manually. It would take a lot of time though. Or like Fizz could also do it probably immediately if he did it, if you could convince him.
wants to enslave them to Nabanian.
Enslave them.
Yeah. That's
You
what
know
your
what the
law is
dogma of
doing.
Nabanian
Yeah,
is?
that's enslavement, dude.
You know, technically you should convert them to LaRue because she's like the queen of talking beasts, so... Okay.
So I will say, Serendate, you see, and Sapphire, you probably would have seen this as well. You see a little short brown bear, kind of making his way out from the earth fort. He looks like he's kind of wobbly and not really sure on his feet as he's kind of stumbling forward.
Oh, a bear.
What?
Oh, you talk! I've never been able to understand animals before.
Yes, I talk.
I...
Wait, what? Am I a bear? Is that what I am?
Yes?
See him kind of begin to breathe hard. He's almost like he's hyperventilating, and it's kind of scary because, like, when bears breathe out, it's very loud and forceful. He's like, I don't want to be there. I want to be a person again.
We can find you help. We've rescued everyone here, and there is a druid which we've left behind.
How
No, he
hurt?
would actually,
How hurt is he?
Actually, hold on. I need to bring these villagers over with Willem. Because Druid is there with him as well. The bear doesn't appear to be hurt at all. In fact, he seems to be like any like scars and stuff that you've got seem to be very slowly closing, almost before your eyes. Very, very slowly. But it is noticeable.
So I think I was maybe the help of a druid might work for you, or I mean, I've never.
Oh God, get me a healer. Please get me a healer. Get me a priest. Undo this. I don't have thumbs.
It's okay. You have big bare hands.
You're not a bear. What do you mean it's okay? I'm the bear. You're not. You're a human.
Okay. What's your name?
I don't. My name. I don't remember. My head hurts so bad.
Hmm.
I know I wasn't a bear. Man, I don't feel good. The bear begins to kind of do that thing like when dogs are about to throw up, where he's like,
Oh.
and like he's like prepping to, and he throws up.
Oh.
What does he throw up?
Just like liquid water. It doesn't
Okay.
look like he's got any substance in his stomach. He's like,
Because I was afraid that you would say he would like throw up some of those parts that maybe it's like the body is
he
trying to
throws
get
up a
rid of.
kidney.
Yeah, stuff like yeah. I was fucking
No,
concerned
he
you would do
he just throws up like some clear liquid.
Okay.
He...
Listen. We will do what we can to help you. But right now, the best thing you can do is try to stay a little bit calm.
Do you know what?
Okay.
It's easy to tell a bear that thinks it's not a bear to be calm.
Maybe you're right. Maybe I need to just be calm. Let me try this. Let me see if I can walk. I can't do it. I can't walk on my two legs.
It's okay. You can.
I smell something.
Food?
Is that garlic? Are you
Yes.
cooking food? I'm hungry.
We're having a feast.
Oh
You're
God, let me
you're
eat,
invited
please.
too. It's not been cooked yet.
Wait a second.
I'm
Let
so
us cook it
hungry.
then. You know we need to eat. You know food needs to be cooked.
Mr. Willen, are you manually changing the law yourself?
Well, it's gonna go over and ask for his night.
They always come calling back. What are you going to ask me?
If Fizz could modify the text, these stone carvings that have the beat on it.
What would that fall in? Can I do a spot?
Maybe Fish can polymorph the bear into a human.
for only a very temporary amount of time. Yeah, no, Timon, do you think that you could very easily like just kind of retransmute and move the stone with like a little bit of magical effort?
Let me just theater of them.
I'll tell William that it's really difficult and that I need some words.
Barely hear you, James.
I said
See,
I
it's
told
not-
Will,
Go ahead.
I told Willem that it's very difficult and that I need a lot of gold to do it. Did you hear that?
I'll give you 2,000.
Oh my god, I don't want your gold. Jesus Christ. Lynn will laugh when you say, I'll give you 2,000 gold, and kind of shake his head and go to start doing it.
You know what's funny? As money hungry as Dollar is, Timon is the richest person in the party by like a long.
Is he? Wait a second. Is he?
Well, I don't want to give too much away, but it's like I'll tell you what.
Get it wrong.
When Timon walks past you, it sounds like he's wearing chainmail armor.
I think he was that much richer than me, but okay.
Yeah, go for it.
Well, you're a close second. I'll say that, but there is a difference.
Hmm.
And Dollar, I think, is actually the poorest in the party right now, which is what's really funny.
Course.
He's got like less than 3,000 gold to his name.
Wow. By the way, I go over to Minos,
Mm-hmm.
and I will I'll tell him to drink this. So I'll give him won't give him the flask, but I'll get him to drink from the Everclear
The Ever
Ever
okay.
flask of healing.
Okay.
And
So
then
just
I'll
go ahead and
also
drink them.
bandage up. I'll use a bandage to bandage him up. So I'm actually being gentle, right, to him.
You can go ahead and use the bandage on him. You should be able to just.
Okay, cool.
Hmm.
Go.
He definitely seems better than he was by quite a bit. But he seems like a big, beefy boy. So
Let me do it one more time here.
Timon, it's pretty much effortless for you to be able to like reattune the stone to say what you want it to say. And we can just kind of theater to mind that Willen kind of tells you what he wants it to say, unless you have something very specific, Willen, that you wanted to.
It was the dogma.
Okay, yeah, you put the dogma of Nobania on there.
Okay. I used 3 bandages on him,
Why
but
did I do
he
that?
should be better now.
Yeah, he's definitely feeling a lot better, you know.
Okay. Are you okay?
Yes,
Did not realize
master.
you putting
No,
the
no,
dogma
I'm not your
on the
master.
stone tablet.
There are. You just need to follow the rules that we are helping you with, right? So no master, just be nice.
Yes, master.
Oh, God damn it! You're doing this on purpose for me. Fucking.
So, you guys then spend the evening cooking this bountiful meal that has been caught for you all. The commoners or the villagers they cook all together. They like come together to cook, but they're pretty nervous around the beastmen. The beastmen seem to like not be bothered by them.
Will
Go ahead.
is going to take the beastmen over to the human villagers cooking and show them, like he's going to try to get the villagers to teach them how to cook.
Okay.
So he's going to like point out this is something new to learn. Pay attention.
Some of the beastmen definitely catch on. Some of the other ones like they'll see a simple process and be like, "Show me again," and they'll show them again how to do it, and then they'll ask to see it again. And you know, at the risk of like ruining the food, sometimes they have to like start a new process. And you can definitely tell some of the beastmen are smarter than others, but they take orders very well. They're very orderly, especially with like this change, this paradigm shift that's happened here. And the beastmen, are very observant of how the food is prepared. Your unnamed brown bear friend is also like sitting there watching. He's like, "Oh man, oh, I'm so hungry. My head hurts so bad."
It's okay. Soon.
And when it comes time, Will is going to bring some food over for Saf and Bear. Basically, gonna tell everyone to gather around bonfire and like, circle and stand in. Basically, he's going to repeat the lines of Banyan's dogma to the beastmen and to the villagers. And
Okay.
demonstrate that the stones have...
You take a minute to kind of collectively talk about Nobanian's dogma. You show them the change in the stones, and the beastmen act shocked. It's like it just blows their mind that the law now says something different. And yeah, I mean, it is clearly like a lot of the villagers are very eager to hear what you have to say, being their savior. And same thing for the beastmen. They all kind of sit very calmly and respectfully, and you see them interact and kind of begin to interact very gently with the villagers, and the villagers are less afraid of them, and they seem to be getting along very well.
Good. And yeah, just as a last minute thing, at some point in the evening, we'll kind of try to build shrine or worship area a banyan somewhere, and he would take the lion carving that the boy gave him and present it to the beastmen as like a new, instead of the the rod being the symbol of pain, then the lion carving is now a symbol of growth, living and learning. And might just cast bless on the wooden carving.
As you do,
Why-
Mr. Willen, please roll me a d20.
He's giving the furries a first, I know.
Oh, woo.
Oh,
Oh,
Well, I'll tell you what, this is not necessarily high as good, low as bad. Hold on, 1 second. Mr. Willen, as you hold this lion carving and you present it to them, you cast bless on it. You magically infuse it with some of your magic. You feel something. You feel energized in a way. And you felt like this a long time ago. You felt like this when you did a great thing for Nobanian. And I'll say this, you felt like this right before your cape changed. You feel like your devotion to Nobanian, your demonstration of what you've done here, has pleased him greatly.
you can take the lion carving from.
Let's see here. Specifically, who do you give it to?
Is there any?
Or do you leave it
any-
on the shrine?
Is there any noticeable beastman that is that seems like a better good leader than the old chief? Any of them stand out?
It's a little hard. Roll me a wisdom check, just to kind of generally get an idea of, like, any qualities that like you're able to kind of pick up on that pop out, because these are creatures that have almost a conflicting nature with themselves. So it's a little hard to sometimes tell who's going to be a long-term leader. It's hard to say. Overall, I will say some of the wolf beastmen seem like they are a little more group-oriented. The ram beastmen seem a little more headstrong, a little more persistent. The boar beastmen seem to be kind of a mix of the two as well. Chief Minos, he is who he is. He was kind of the leader of these beastmen, and for the most part, it seemed like there was law and order, and he was very respectful of the law. So you think Chief Minos so far is probably the one who presents the most lawful qualities. But with the other ones, it's just a little hard to tell who would make the best.
Tell me, previously it was established that Chief Minos was elected because Perrin held him to be his favorite.
Yes.
Does he actually have good leadership qualities, though?
From what you can kind of see from how the camp was operated, and how he kind of was very much, he seemed like he was keeping the law. It seemed like he kept the law very well. So you would think maybe if he kept that law, he may keep your law as well. But again, it's hard to say. He doesn't seem to harbor any resentment towards any of you. even though you killed Perrin, but he seems to be, you know, he seems to still be kind of licking his wounds. He's enjoying the meal. He doesn't seem to be like too afraid, except for like when Serenade comes by. He's very like wary around Serenade, but he's not afraid of him. At least he doesn't seem outwardly afraid yet.
Yeah, so we'll give the iron carving Minos, and in front of the rest of the beastmen, just kind of make a big deal about how this is their new symbol of order and goodness, and that the group must look after one another and be leaders and live and learn, and you know, all pretty much like he's going to also imply that they should be friendly with their neighbors and especially.
As you hand over this lion statue to Chief Minos, you can almost feel that there is a residuum on this item. And as he holds it, he goes, you see his eyes widen, he goes, oh, did you hear that?
No,
It speaks.
I felt it.
I heard voice.
What did it say?
It was a whisper. It said, lead.
Then listen. Listen well.
As he holds this blessed symbol, you know, you guys can kind of see that he is kind of reaffirmed in his position. The other beastmen seem to kind of take their cues from him very naturally. And yeah, it seems like you have instilled kind of a more noble order personified kind of quality in these beastmen.
And yeah, well, that's the thing I wanted to do. Thank you.
After you guys finish making this wonderful meal, it's good. It's actually really good with all the villagers coming together. You can definitely see the pieces of food that the beastmen tried to prepare are a lot more rough than the pieces of food that the villagers had more of a hand in. But it's still food nonetheless. And amongst all of these people, it's a little bit of a small portion, but it's still very, very tasty. It's very good. And yeah, one of the villagers steps forth to you guys, and he says, he's like, thank you all for saving us. We think we will stay here and try and rebuild our homes. We can always stay in the Earth Fort while we work. Our newfound friends will probably be instrumental in helping us. And he kind of walks over to Chief Minos, and Chief Minos it's a little hard to see that he smiles, but he kind of gives a pleased look towards this guy who may or may not be, you know, of any significant importance to the villagers.
Will would look to the others, Fizz and Staff, and back to the villager and say, I believe your village is still standing. The buildings have not been destroyed. Am I remembering that?
No, it was
there were
all on
fires.
fire.
There were some fires. Certainly, some of the buildings would probably be unlivable, but with the rains, they probably put out most of the fires. But there is damage.
There was some very brief beast riding.
What'd you say, Timon?
Oh my god!
Can you guys not hear me?
Dude, when you talk, it sounds very muffled. It is like you might just be a little too far from the mic.
I'm looking.
No.
My mic is on my chest.
Okay, I will. Yeah, I mean, it definitely sounds like your noise cancellation is catching your voice, and it sounds like noise cancellation is trying to cancel out your voice. That's what it sounds like.
Hold on, let me see. Hold on, why is my noise? Anyway, I'll leave it on my chest then. I don't worry. I just said, oh, and there was some very brief beast rioting. as well.
Yeah, there was a little bit of rioting
Which
as well.
what?
Go ahead, Mr.
No, that's all I wanted to say.
Okay.
Part of the conversation, but then my mic was not behaving.
So, after the meal, what do you guys do? It is dark. Go ahead.
Could Saf call the druid over to like her and the bear?
Yes, and at this point, you see that the druid no longer has his blindfold on, and he has bright green eyes that now sit in his head. He's like, I can see again.
Oh, so you can. That's good. How are you feeling?
He kind of ponders for a minute. He's like, I feel incomplete. I feel like I am missing part of myself.
I was thinking, actually, this bear here doesn't seem to think it's a bear. As in, he talks.
I'm not a bear. I'm a person in a bear's body. Yeah, well, and you see the bear you were operating on. He's like up and around. You probably would have seen him eating as well during the feast.
Will recognize it. He's just letting Staff as the animal.
I've never met a talking animal before.
I will be right back. My father is calling me. Let's take a quick 5-minute break to go pee-pee and pee-pee. Be right back.
Sorry, I didn't mean to hog the roleplay.
I mean, Fizz is more kind of myth that you basically tricked him into converting an entire fucking community to Navanian.
You do that all the time. You try.
Fucking damn it. Not only did we spend more than an hour here, Fizz ended up doing manual labor. Well, not really, just labor. And converting an entire community to fucking Nobanian. It's one of the worst field trips ever. You get to torture the gnome that humiliated him. Not to kill him, which I guess is a little better. And you got some really fucked up chimera research, which I guess you can use. That's the I guess no one knows when you took it, so. So what happens when you're in a group full of goody two-shoes and the one mildly non-goody two-shoes character is in here? I'm forced to gravitate towards the more chaotic side.
Wait, what?
Hey, I'm back. Sorry about that. We will probably need to be finishing up the session a little soon. I have to go pick up some medicine for my dad.
Oh.
But let's continue. Oh my god. So, you, the bear looks at you. Were talking to Jarek and the bear. What were you specifically saying?
Saf was gonna bring up the fact that this person seems to be trapped as a bear, and that Jarek is clearly trapped as himself, and if, like...
Now kiss.
Kiss! No, if there would be any way of, like, getting them to work together, or if, say, the bear could stay with Jarek back at the Procampa Grove if they can't really...
I don't want to live in the forest. I want to live in my damn house.
I mean, it's only temporary.
What do you mean? I'm a bear.
Okay.
I believe this bear needs to.
I mean, no, I didn't intend on leaving it here.
No, I felt the need.
State the obvious.
Yes, to state the obvious. If you'll excuse me.
So, this bear looks to you guys and says, I'll go with you. Just, you gotta promise to give me my body back. I don't even know where it is. I don't even remember what I look like. Oh man, I feel like I want to eat bugs. This isn't good.
Bugs? What kind of person wants to eat bugs?
I don't know. I don't like being a bear.
I mean, No, actually, that's
That
who
was just
mean.
like, you can join my collection. I never had a
Steph
talking
was
one
literally
before.
gonna mention that she has 2 bear friends.
Get in the magical totem.
Oh my god. She's enslaving them all.
Bears aren't so bad. They're not enslaved. They can do whatever they want.
Inside
the
of
totem.
there,
With
it
that
told
tree
them.
ant that she left as well, even though it is technically still bound to her because of that book that she did tell it to.
Speaking of which, I need to refund your recharge on Leopard
Ooh.
because you asked us to use it in the dragon fight,
Yeah.
and I forgot to summon it. Unfortunately, I feel very bad about that.
Ooh.
So I'll give you a new one, and then you just go ahead and use 1 charge to represent the 1 charge you've used so far.
Yeah.
Okay. He looks to you guys and says, "Please, just take me with you. Just fix me. I don't want to stay here on this island with these people."
It's okay. We'll take you. You don't have to beg.
Thank you. So, what do you guys do? Jarek and the bear would absolutely, and I would say any of the other animals that are captive, Jarek would obviously want you guys to bring with him.
Yeah.
But they absolutely would be willing to go to Pro Camper and reside with the Groves there. Except for the talking brown bear does not want to live in the Grove. He wants to live in a house as a person and insists that you take him with him.
Okay, so all of the animals with you can go to the... Oh! Just so you know, I don't know if you'll ever see one, but since arriving at Pro Camper, I have seen a lot of unicorns in my dreams.
Unicorns are a good omen. Says Jarek.
Although, I admit, it is starting to drive me a bit nuts that I've never seen one. Not in person.
So, I will say... oh, excuse me. As you guys, you guys are kind of packing things up, you guys are getting ready, I assume, to head back to Pro Camper and drop off these people and maybe conduct a little bit of other business. Am I correct in assuming that? Everybody?
I'm staying far away from Minos.
Well, Minos will be staying on the island.
Good.
The only people you guys are taking are Jarek, the animals, and the speaking bear. As you guys are all packing up, and we'll just end here. I'm sorry about an early session, but I do have to go get these prescriptions before the place closes. As you guys are packing up, Serendey, you get a little ping on your scroll.
Oh, okay. I'll read it.
As you read it, it asks a question, and there's the little like marker that ensures that it is It is Joris Swift that you're speaking to, and
Okay.
he asks, "Is Timon with you?"
And I will ping back with my marker.
With
Yes.
You then see kind of writing kind of come back into view, and it says, "He was seen in Scardale, killed the priest, and took the sword in the Temple of Tempest."
Oh no!
And with that,
Okay.
we'll end today's session.
oh, shit.
Oh no!
You are now a wanted man, Fizz.
I mean,
Welcome
I was
to
in
your new
Stardale like
life.
2 seconds ago.
Welcome
killing
to your
priests,
new
but I don't know
life.
if that's me.
Okay, I will go and arrest Fizz because I actually believe that Fizz has teleported there and get.
I feel like all of this is just a very contrived effort to get us to the point where there's going to be 2 fizzes and one of you guys has got a pistol, and you're going to have to shoot one of the fizzes, and I'm going to have to convince you that I'm the real fizz.
I would just, I just, you know, the thing is with Neverwinter, it's so much harder to do than at like a D&D table at Theater of the Mind. But to have like both fizzes like in like a struggle, like they both got spell mantle up and they can't hurt each other and they're struggling and they tumble down a hill and then they're just wearing the
Cesaris
exact
comes
same
along.
clothes. They're like I am the real fizz, shoot him.
Then
You know
Cesaris
what
shoots
I'm
them
gonna
both.
do? If that's the case, Fizz, I'm gonna shoot both.
Kill them both.
Pistol with 2 bullets.
Exactly. I'm just gonna take you both out. I'm not gonna take any chances.
And the thing is, Willen, he's gonna just be like, oh, finally.
No, if this has actually been rather helpful, Will would be grateful.
Yeah, I'm a good fucking sign writer, apparently. I'm a good unwilling accomplice to your conversion schemes.
Very good session today, guys. Very. I think you guys handled this extremely. I'll tell you what. Out of all my groups, you guys are the only ones who did not completely genocide the Beastman camp.
Oh wow!
Damn
Holy
it, I
shit.
knew that was an option.
The same with Pit. That was the same. We didn't annihilate the pygmies either, right? Or
No, you guys didn't kill the pygmies. I think you're the only group not to kill the pygmies either.
We're like the least bloodthirsty
we
group.
are way too good. Do we get more XP if we kill them?
No, not necessarily.
I can't believe I'm part of the only non-murder hobo group. I'm genuinely pissed.
We're like anti-murder.
No, so
hobos.
like, I guess I can tell you, since you guys have pretty much finished up this encounter entirely, I can kind of tell you like how my other groups handled this. I definitely played it differently with Perrin and like the way he approached them.
Just
But
run.
my other groups got like they got all dogpiled by the Beastmen. And the thing is about the Beastmen is they're using great axes, and what you know about great axes is they do 3 times crit damage. Well, you got a whole bunch of Beastmen with great axes swinging on you. Those crits are going to be coming in pretty often, and they're pretty heavy. And my other 2 groups got taken captive. In fact, those chests there had all their gear in them. Back when we would play, because they got captured and they got their gear put in there. And then it was a okay, how do we get out of this prison? Tony's character got experimented on, and he had like a bear face and everything. And I'm just gonna tell you guys right now. I'm gonna tell you right now, okay? Because I'm so upset y'all didn't get captured. I'm so upset. Because he would have given Willen a lion face.
Oh no!
He absolutely would have given Willen a lion face, 100%.
Yeah, you know.
And I've been planning it. I've been planning. I'm like, oh my god, there's the there's the head model, there's the helmet, there's all of it. Like, oh, I cannot wait for them to find Perrin again and get captured, and then he's gonna be like, come with me, Willen. So you like Nobanian, huh? And it didn't happen. It didn't happen.
God,
You know what the most sad thing about it is? Willen is just as sad that he didn't get the lion face.
Will would have been like, this is an improvement. I like this.
Yeah, that's the thing. I'm like, if this did happen to him, he'd probably be like, I'm okay with this.
I am. What is it? What is it? The lying? I'm Atlas.
Aslan.
Oh yeah, Aslan. There you go.
Let me ask, guys: is Willen Mufasa and Timon Scar?
Yes.
Maybe.
Oh my God! Timon even has a burned face.
Yeah.
He's uncool.
Be prepared is like Fizz's theme song, basically.
I can very easily follow the same route if you want to die quickly.
Then I
could
He
drop you
pushes him off a cliff.
Yeah, if you want, I can push you off the
Then I
cliff right now
assume
if you want to
that,
really sell
that
it.
Saf is Timon, maybe.
Excuse me?
Timon.
Serenade, does that make you Pumbaa?
Well, she's always abused.
Yeah, I'm gonna end the session now. Thank you for watching.